Welcome back to Liberty Junction. Hope you're all well. Thought I'd do a little bit of a different video this time. I'm having a lot of people commenting on my camera angles and how I go about it, so I thought I'd give you a bit of a explanation. Kind of as a bit of a thank you really for everyone who watches, likes, subscribes, gives me a thumbs up. So I'm going to come clean on how I get these angles. I'll be brutally honest, I use a cameraman, not any old cameraman. Here he is. I use ex-Hollywood movie maker cameraman. This guy here, he's famous for, he filmed the scene in the film Raiders of the Lost Ark where the guy's face melts. Well, he filmed that. So yeah, he's retired, semi-retired. I took him on. He's a bit of a danger seeker, as you can see. He stands on the lines. He gets in a bit of trouble, and to be honest, I don't let my security team know that he's my staff, because my security team's out to get him. I was going to keep this a bit of a secret and just keep filming it, using him and pretending that I were doing it, but now I've got 600 subscribers, I thought I would share the knowledge. So if you want to improve your channel's videography, get yourself an ex-Hollywood cameraman. You can't have this one. This is Bob. He's oh, what's going on here? Look, there's a bit of a crowd getting there. And is that a camera they've got? They must be doing some kind of, I bet they're filming a railway documentary. Interesting. Security, can you have a look into that for us? So yeah, my cameraman, he gets everywhere. He gets into some real awkward, sticky situations though to get these shots. I've told you before, these shots, they're on another level. And as you can see there, look, he's stood on top of that tower. Chap behind him's not even seen him, but they will see him, and he'll probably get into a bit of bother for that. So yeah, he goes the extra mile, is what I would say. I've got a really busy week coming up at work. I've got, I think, nine shifts on the bounce, one off, and then another 9. So I'm going to struggle getting videos out. So I've done this one sneaky. I've done it early. So this is actually done the day after the other one. Look at that on roofer there. Look, get down. You'll get in trouble. Yeah, and I'm going to put this out at the weekend, which is 5 days away from now, I think, if I get the days right. And then it'll just mean that you're getting your fix. You see, that's the efforts I go to for my viewers, so that alone deserves a thumbs up, doesn't it? Right, without further ado, Andrew MB8XP is the winner of the comment award of the last video. He has got his head screwed on wrong, just like me. Appreciate that, Andrew. There's a virtual £5 voucher of nothingness not making its way in the post to you where you can spend nowhere. So thank you for your comment. Here you go, Wolverton Centre Sidings, trespasser update. And I bet any of you, 1,000 yen, that you did not see this coming. You thought I were getting police straight away, didn't you? Well, I didn't. Police didn't want to know. They said it was British Rail's problem. So I got onto British Rail, and they said, yeah, they will look at it, but as and when. They've got some fences to repair and all sorts. So what I've done is, I've been so cunning, get ready. This guy has been selling photos to Railway Enthusiast magazine, right? So I thought, how can I fix him coming on my line? So what I've done is, I've put a little cheeky post on an extreme train spotters forum, telling them that this is the best place to get the best shots ever. And I've got a great little crowd turned up. Look at these. Even a kid there, I mean, security, you're going to have to get to him, get him down from there. That's a 30-foot drop. He shouldn't be stood there. But the rest of them, look at this, it's beautiful. I'm like a genius. Let's see how many of these photos you get to sell, mate. That's what he's looking at in front of his old eyeballs. So let's just have a look. I've got 3 of his photos here. Get ready for this. This will make you laugh. There's one, look, where a lad stood right in way. There's another, look, same lad, still in way. Look at state of that, there's 3 in front of that. He's not going to be able to sell them anywhere. He won't be there, he'll be gone. That's him doomed. He's getting no more money out of my railway. So this week I bought a load of figures and I've been painting them up. The cameraman's one of them. What a tedious job that is. And look at that belt. You see his belt? Well, what I've done is I've borrowed one of my missus's. She's got these fancy for nail varnishing brushes. I've not got any as thin as that, but I've discovered them and they're amazing. I knocked the camera there, but I could not retake that shot because it took me about 8 minutes to get it to focus in on him. I was just about to compliment him on getting off the lines for safety and standing on that wall, but looking at that drop 90 feet to certain death, I don't think I can. Another thing I've got is my drone man. I know you know about him, but I think I'm the only channel that's got a guy who films with a drone for me. And originally we're a trespasser, but we've become good friends now. So he basically does these films for me. He's not the best, but he keeps having lessons, so he's getting better. And yeah, he's really is doing me a bit of a solid here. And as you can see, he's a bit wobbly, but he is getting better. There is something going on down there, isn't there? Can you just zoom in on that? Yeah, there you go. Look, what are they doing there? They're filming something, aren't they? I'm going to have to look into that. Maybe in another video. Maybe I've been setting this one up for weeks and just waiting for the right time. Anyway, we'll move on. So, quick shout out, RDR House. Thanks for having my back over my non-confusing Cavalax confusion in that video a couple of videos back. I did note that you'd commented and said that it weren't confusing. I didn't think it were, but I don't know. Some people jumped on that a little bit, didn't they? But thank you very much. So, folks, that's my two little secrets. So I'll get some of these shots. I've got my Hollywood cameraman and I've got my drone man who you already kind of knew about. So, yeah, that's that. Just as I'm about to compliment him. Oh, no, actually, he just took off and, well done, he landed it and took it off again. So, happy at that. Maybe he did that so that I could get my arm out from right after that were snapping in 3 pieces. So he's got a nice little view now. You can see I didn't buy the spinny round fan backman. I didn't have 380 quid. So I bought the one down from that. So yeah, I've got about 15 figures to paint. I've painted some of them. I'm not painting them all, but yeah, he's one. And there might be a bit of a introduction to Security Man next week when I finish him. I bought a Security Man as well. So yeah, Cavalax is just parked up in this video. We don't get used. So yeah, he's. Let's just have a close up. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. I mean, driver, why did you need to do that? So, do you remember the other? I think it was episode 3. I did a fast pass with high speed. Well, I tried going one better. That was the shot I got. That was, I think that were 105. That weren't 105. First shot I did, I was going to push for a 125. I was going to push full speed and it had a catastrophic crash. And I thought it were going to be destroyed. Honestly, I thought I've just done 500 quid's worth. But it almost crashed into Cavalax as well, and I'm going to stick video on at end for you to watch because it were like art in your mouth moment. I'd set it up and it were all going well, and I was building up speed because last time when I had it to 100, I was bricking it, but I thought no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get that big fast pass, even though 100 were fast, and I got it to 110, and then yeah, I think I pushed it above 110 and that were it then. To be fair, in that tunnel, there's all sorts of bits and bobs can get in there, so the track's really, really good. I'm really OCD with my cornering and stuff, so it is quite a good track and trains can run really decent speeds on it, but I get bits and bobs of, the woodland scenics bushes and stuff. They fall off areas and then they get tucked round and they end up in tunnels and stuff. And it just causes chaos. And I don't know if it were that. I'll be honest, I think it was just going running it far too fast for that corner. But yeah, I'm going to stick it on at end and you can see. But I got away with it. No damage as far as I'm aware. I've not looked in tunnel, but I can't see in there and I'm not really bothered. So, Carl Walker, 6118, he keeps missing me high-speed train videos. He commented, did anyone see it? What you need to do, Carl, is stop flicking through and watch it from beginning to end. Get yourself a big mug of tea or coffee or whatever. But don't flick it, because when you flick it, you miss details, don't you? Like that, look at that weathering on that roof of that high-speed there, them carriages. That is, it's not weathering, it's dust. I've only just noticed how dusty they are. That's minging horrible. So I'm gonna have to clean them up, because that is disgusting. I don't run it that often, and I think what I do is I usually just have it parked up on the rear of the back loop. You know, in that scene where the white background is, where there's nothing. It's a good little parking area for longer trains. But I've pinched the blue carriages back off it now. I had it a bit with mixed carriages because I got 2 blue ones at a decent price. But I've put them at the back of this now because it gives me another little passenger train, and I think it looks quite good on the back of that 47. I've had a load of KDs turn up. I've got, I say a load, 8, which is 25 quid's worth. And that's on top of the other 4 I bought week before. So, yeah, I've spent best part of 40 quid on KDs. So I can do a bit of uncoupling now. And here is an uncoupling video being filmed by my cameraman. And now I've said it, I've remembered, I forgot to put the close-up in what he's filmed. So, who knows if that's going to turn up or not. What I'm finding at minute is I'll just be at work doing anything random, or even at home or wherever, and then I'll just have an idea for a future video, and it'll make me laugh inside, and then I've got to stick it on my phone in a note section somewhere, because I'll forget it otherwise. And yeah, there's been a few bits that I've done, and cameraman were one of them. I just thought of it and I thought that'll be quite funny. That it might be funny to people, it might be annoying, but I think it's quite funny. So childish at times for a grown man, but yeah, what's the point in being old and boring? You might as well be old and childish. I took one of my old Hornby wagons to bits, that grey wagon top there. I took it to bits so I could run the wagon camera, because the wagon I used to use, it had rubbish plastic wheels, so I've upgraded it to that wagon there with the back of that. And I still keep forgetting to run it, because that camera, it's a bit of an old-fashioned one, and what I have to do after I've run it is then plug it into my PC, download the file, then somehow get the file through to my iPhone, which I usually have to do through Google Drive, and it's a real pain. Look at that again. Subscribers there, look, they're really pushing for it. They're really pushing wink wink and for thumbs ups, because that helps too. I get about 10% thumbs up on my videos, which makes me think that 90% of people hate it. I think what I'm going to have to do now I've got all these new KD couplings, is I'm going to have to get this shunter, and he's going to have to do his own little video, because yeah, I've not really done much connecting and unconnecting just for the sake of things, because I've not had opportunity. So that's going to come up, I think, if I don't think about more exciting in the meantime. I am going to run out of ideas at some point, aren't I? Because I'm limited with my 3.6 by 3 metre layout. It's not going to be changing drastically, is it? So I just need to come up with all kinds of new crazy ideas. But I've got limited brain capacity, I'm afraid. I absolutely love that Bachmann depot. I know every layout in the land's got it, and even people who haven't got model railways have got it, just because it's so popular. But I really do love it. I wish, one, I wish it weren't best part of 130, 40 quid. And 2, I wish there were different ones that I could get, because I do like it. I do like it a lot. So the other week, I had to come clean to my missus. She was moaning about me being on my phone a lot, because I was basically texting folk back and getting involved with a bit of banter. And she says, what are you doing on your phone so much? It was like really getting on her nerves. And I said, well, I've got a YouTube channel. And she says, no, you haven't. I says, I have. I've got a YouTube channel with my trains on. And she's like laughing, because I'm just as non-serious in real life as I am on these videos. So she thought I would just wind it up. And she's like, no, you haven't. I said, I have. I've got a YouTube channel anyway. So she says, well, what's it called then? I said, 00 Dave. And she says, what? I says, 00 Dave. She can't call it that. That sounds rude. What's the O? I'm like thinking, well, I don't know what 00 is. But she's obviously thinking some kind of sexual version. So I had to explain to her that it weren't. And even after I explained that it were about the gauge of the railway and it was 00 and it was just a bit of a play on that, She still wanted me to change it, saying it sounded rude, but I ain't changing it anyway. Anyway, it's Liberty Junction now, isn't it? So Double O Dave's kind of gone. Or has it? Who knows? So it had been that long since I'd done any shunting and uncoupling. As you saw then, I've pushed up to the coaches, and I forgot that the first touch is it stays uncoupled, you know, so you can push them where you want them. So then I've had to back off, and then it looks stupid on video. So I left it on anyway, because, like I say, like I always do, I keep it a bit more honest. But not as honest as this high-speed train clip that's going to come up in a minute. I was going to save it for a special. Someone mentioned a Christmas special, which of all my outtakes, which I thought were a good idea. But it's finding them out, because there's that many clips now. I've literally used 100 gig of Google video data, especially since I've gone up to 4K. Oh my God, it literally, I'm going to have to pay for some more. I was going to delete them all, but it's good to be able to go back and just take clips out of one video for another. You know, like I did on that Ladder Man, where I then edited it and blurred him out to make it look like it was really graphic. So yeah, I need to think of something with that. I've sidetracked, I don't even know what we're on about now, but I'm going to leave it in. Anyway, we're at the end, folks. It's probably going to be another week before I've done another one, because, like I say, I've just got so much on at work. Here's the outtake. Check this out. So, there is the Cavalax parked up, and that is just before it gets to high-speed run. I mean, how close were that? How close were that, and how did that not get damaged? See you next time, folks.